Welcome into a Sunday edition of the Fun Astrology Podcast, our first one of Daylight Savings Time 2020. And I think I'm happy. Are you? Yeah, I am. I'm glad to see it back. All right, we have some astrological stuff that we can talk about this morning that is equally exciting because we have this beautiful grand trine now with the moon. The moon is in our spot now for this whole Venus-Uranus thing that we've been talking about this week. So the question is, have you made your list of outrageous, crazy money manifestation goals that you would like to see happen? I'm not talking about in any given period of time, just what are like the craziest money things that you'd love to see happen in your life? Because right now, Venus being in Taurus, even though Uranus is standing right there at the door, we're just going to work with it, right? Universe, surprise me in some brilliantly funny, playful, creative ways of endowing my bank account with money. That's the idea here. And you know, it's not just money. You can use it for all the Venusian characteristics. So love, if you have oodles and boodles of money and don't have a relationship in your life, use it for that. Could also be around possessions. I mean, maybe you want a second home. Maybe you want to sell everything and buy a boat and live on the boat for a year or two. You know, this is where I say is whatever your wildest dreams are, now is the time to throw them down and to really get in tune with them. And then we're going to use the energies that are in the chart to at least help trigger that. And yeah, this is a short-term play with the moon in Virgo, but it's in this great trine with Venus and Uranus together right there in Taurus. And then, of course, the full moon is tomorrow at 1:48 p.m. Eastern Time. That's, like 1:48 just after 12 noon. So between now and tomorrow, and depending on when you want to catch your experience of the full moon, you've got that to work with as well. So what I've been doing to get ready for this or to lead up to it just for myself is I've been really soaking up a lot of just material to activate my subconscious mind. Now, another thing that I do is make a little audio recording. Of course, got the equipment here to do that with, and you do too. It's called your phone. You can do it on your phone. And, there's some apps now that you can even mix music with it if you'd like to. So there's no reason not to, and that's very powerful. If you will listen to that for once a day or twice a day, maybe morning and evening, you don't have to do it a lot. And the idea is not to oversaturate, but just listen to your voice, your words, creating this. It really helps absorb that into your subconscious mind. And then I'm working on the repetition piece, so making lists and reviewing that list. So that's the whole package. And then I was reading last night in Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. I mean, it is a classic for a reason. And there's just so much good refresher material in there to recall and enforce that our dominant thoughts are what go out into the universe and bring back to us things that are in alignment with those thoughts. So what we have to do is get any negative thoughts purged and bring in all those positive thoughts. And the thing is, it's like you say, well, Thomas, that crap doesn't work. Okay, but if it had a chance of working, and I can tell you, and this is my whole Subconscious Mind Mastery podcast, listen to that if you haven't, that it's all about that it has worked in my life experientially, and you could stack up a whole bunch of other people that it has also worked. So if there's a 5% chance that it could work, but a 0% chance that it's going to work if you carry negative thoughts, then why not err to the positive thoughts anyway? What have you got to lose? Absolutely zero, right? So it's just a good exercise. And then, of course, the other piece of this is you need to look at where is Taurus in your chart, because there's an area of activation. You can also look at where your natal Venus is, find Virgo in your chart, and also this is the big grand trine is connected to the south node. So make sure you know where the nodes are in your chart. Right now, the nodes are in Capricorn and Cancer. North node Cancer, South Node Capricorn. So because we have the trine between the moon and the South Node, that means that we have a sextile between Venus, Uranus, and the North Node. John and I were we were looking at the chart last night and having a conversation around this. And I was saying, so this is kind of a cause and effect kind of thing in my way of looking at it, is if you are moving toward your North Node, wherever yours is, and acknowledging the North Node right now in Cancer, which is a very moon-driven, because the moon rules Cancer, very moon-driven, lunar-driven North Node, that's about emotions and feelings and intuition and perceptions, rather than trying to figure it all out in your head. If you're moving in that direction with your soul journey, then a nice byproduct, sextile to Venus and Uranus, is the money possessions piece. So it's like if you do your spiritual work, this is sitting there ready to be reaped as a reward. Does that make sense? That's kind of the idea that I get from this here. So it's a really cool day to be doing the work. I'm glad that you picked up the podcast today and listened, because this is one that you can take action on. And when the moon moves off, which will be tonight, that energy will be gone. So this is for the opportunists who check their podcast feeds on Sundays. And I'm glad you did. I love you for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.